Are you ready? Let's get it.
Peace and blessings and keep up the lessons. Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother from the Brother Taalib show. Again, here another day, another crypto. Yeah, I'm doing a crypto segment. But it's kind of going to be going into what's going on in the news. What's the trending thing, of course, is what's going on in Ukraine. It refers to, this video is going to be more reference to the Ukrainian crisis over there by the invasion of Russia and the likes of the things that are going on, but on lines of dealing with cryptocurrency and investment and adoption, like forceful adoption, as you can, if you want to say, but also I just have to bring it. I'm a person, being of course Muslim first, plus being an African American, and I keeps it real. Some of you people might not like me because I keeps it on that level, and you think that it's more racist mentality or dealing with negative, and you want to be in la la hippie land. Okay, but that's not what reality in this world is, as we can see. But all the la la hippie land love is going to one particular nationality of people and race of people, which is getting on my nerves. I can't. I'm really sad and disappointed with the world today, the global community on a high scale when it comes to race. You know what I mean? When it comes to whose life is worth more, when it comes to the people wanting justice for another human being or other human beings, it's just particular human beings that are given this. And this is, I've mentioned this in my Islamic segment that I do as well as a Muslim, and I do it part of that. But I had to state it here because, when you go as far as that, you as a people in this earth all together, we're supposed to be humane people. We're supposed to care about each other. We're supposed to have, respect for each other's decisions and choices in life, even if they choose a whole nother different sex, agenda, a gender change or whatever, even when they want to smoke marijuana and they legalizing of it, even if they want to, do other things, whatever they want to do, people have to respect them. People have to respect their differences. But when it comes to Islam, when it comes to the Muslims, when it comes to the Arabs' belief, right? But it's not the Arabs' belief, because but they say it's an Arab belief, Islam. And then when it comes to the Muslims all over the world, their life is less, because the world had painted an image that Islam is a terrorist belief, and also dealing with the lives of people when it comes to war of any place or occupation of a land, or people who wanted to imperialize or bring their imperialism to controlling other people's lands and their lives. And then look at Palestine with what Israel has been doing. Look at what's going on in China with the Uyghur people that were there. They're Chinese. They're actually Asian, but they're not necessarily Chinese. They're like ethnic like people there, and they're Muslim. Okay, but the point I'm saying is that the Ukrainians are being given all this great support. And don't get me wrong, that's fine and dandy. But what about the rest of the world? What about other humans? What about their life? What about their lives? What about when it was going on in Kashmir and India was attacking Kashmir and Pakistan was they both were in between, like a proxy war to try to gain control of Kashmir. And the Kashmirians was getting massacred or taken and jailed, and especially by the Indians, because the Indians are not Muslim, but the Kashmirians were Muslim. And where was the world then? Where was the sanctions on India? You understand what I'm saying? But yep, Ukraine gets it all. And why? Is it because of this? Because their lineage or their background is European? Is that why? You can ask yourself that question. That's your something for you to take back. Because for me, I'm a human. I'm a human, a Muslim believer, and happen to be of African descent. But I believe in humanity as well. That's who we are. I believe in justice for all. I believe in everyone should have, which is like with cryptocurrency, what it has come to do to be able to give people like myself, unfortunately being suppressed throughout the whole entire world. You know, wherever we go, look at in Ukraine, they have on the news, and they don't show that enough. But what African Nigerian students were being left and stranded in Ukraine while all the other Ukrainians are being evacuated, especially the women and children. What I understand, that's understood. But what about the Ukrainian men? Why are they going? And we're going before African children and African women. You see them there besides the students that are males, mostly males, but there were some families there. There's people that settled there. They didn't just go there for education, and they left there. But back into the point. The cryptocurrency that we're into is being used and being adopted on a forceful level, of course, by Ukraine, and even Russia has there's some, things going on and maybe rumors, but maybe not rumors. There may be some facts there that they're looking into cryptocurrency to avoid the sanctions, the economical sanctions on their country, right? That's a whole nother story. I'm gonna bring a little bit of that into this video. But the video and some of you may not like it. That's up to you. That's your choice. Okay, fine. My views is not as high as everybody else and all the other cryptocurrency enthusiasts anyway. So it doesn't bother me any. You understand? As long as YouTube doesn't see my video as being against the rules and regulations, that's on you. Whatever and how you want to take it, you view the video for just a few seconds and you hear what I say and you don't like it and you run out. That's up to you. But if you are a sincere and open-hearted, true person that believes in humanity, true humanity, not all the bull crap talking, and we, and we stand with Ukraine, but you don't stand with any other people. You never stand because you have a biasness in your heart and your chest, because you choose to think, okay, well, they're not this, they're not the carte blanco, right? And I hate to say it, I'm not. You may want to take it as that I'm a racist or whatever. No, I'm not. That's clear. That's against my faith. Anyway, number one. Number two, that's not in my character. Never have been. But I can't stand hypocrisy. And I can't stand injustice. And against any human being. It happened to my people. And I can't stand people to be making excuses for the evil acts that have been going on. And that have been going without any enforcement of action as that we see today upon the Russian country, or Russia. And the Russian people, innocent people in Russia being affected about these sanctions. And it's going to affect us here in America. That's the backlash is coming here. Know that. Inflation is going to go up. Gas is going to go up. Know that. All the things that are going on, we're giving all this support to Ukraine instead of being neutral, instead of being fair and even and on an even scale of things. No. You have people going into their bars and saying, we're going to remove Russian liquor. But you didn't want to remove Hebrew nationals, Franks from the supermarkets and all their products that they produce and push out in America when they was doing what they was doing to Palestinians. And you didn't want to stop them and go there and say no and use the UN and use tribunal of the UN to make them stop going and stealing land in Palestinian areas of where they lived and resided, taking their land, bulldozing their land and this has been proven. It's been put out in the media. Oh, because Al Jazeera and all these other Arab stations and broadcasting. No, it doesn't have no avail. Oh, forgive me. I'm going a bit into tangent. I want to bring some news for you. All this support that to the point where this is what you see. And I'm going to show you. And there's nothing wrong. Don't get me wrong again. Ukrainians are human beings, just like us and all of us. I have Muslim brothers that are European descent as well. I love them dearly. They're my brothers. When I see them, Salamu alaikum, peace and blessings be upon you. We say that to each other, hug each other. Malcolm X. I'm not this X doesn't mean nothing to Malcolm X. This is XRP. Don't get it twisted. Okay? I'm not a pro-black. I'm not a, what do you call, black nationalist. No, none of that. But I believe in justice for all. That's for my faith. And who I am and who I always have been. I hate bullies. Any bully. Not just Russia. Not just Germany, what they did to the Jews. But what about what the Jews did to the Palestinians? They were victims and then they became the victimizers. What about the Indians, what they do to their indigenous people that are more darker than the regular? Have show more, and there's proof to that. Or the Muslims that are there, the Muslim minority. Or in China, what they did to the Uyghurs in Zhang, putting them into camps to try to re-educate and change them from their faiths and change them from their traditions and try to make them regular Chinese, trying to force them to be, but they have their own heritage, they have their own traditions, their own culture within the country that they want to, just like America. America is supposed to be diverse, right? All this stuff that people is just like, it's just a whole lot of hypocrisy to me. That's just what it is. It's like a whole lot of hypocrisy. And I'm tired of it. So anyway, here we go. No, that's wrong. Sorry. This is the one that I want to deal with right here. Okay, what is it saying now? We're dealing with, and forgive me again, guys, just going into tangent, but that's where I'm at with my feelings. It's really serious. And I've grown up into this country, and it's supposed to be the country of, freedom and love and pursuit of happiness for all and liberty and justice. And there's a lot of hypocrisy. That's all I'm going to say. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of people like Biden and these people getting up and the people, giving a stand ovation, and the bull crap is the bull crap. And they stifling cryptocurrency, usage in this country here, but yet you're going to have people being able to send whole amounts of money to a whole nother land. It doesn't make no sense. So it says, cryptocurrencies are playing an unprecedented role. What does it say first? Let me get the Ukraine receives 13 million in crypto funding to fight Russian evasion. Now, I'm not saying this comes from the government. No, of course, it's probably private or businesses that own cryptocurrency and investments, and other groups that are promoting raising funds and sending them out. Yeah, but they didn't. Why couldn't they do that to all these other situations that are going on in these countries throughout the world that need? Yeah. What about the Hispanics coming across, like the Honduran people? My mother's Honduras, from Honduras, and they were trying to come here to get to better live, just like every other immigrant that did that. But because walaikum salam, yeah, my family did. Because that they are basically doing what they're doing is causing a problem. But hold on for a second. Let me go. I gotta close the door because my family's coming in. Hold on, real quick. Yeah. So back again. I'm sorry. So basically, the thing is as it's saying, been sent digital wallets. Cryptocurrencies are playing an unprecedented role in the Ukrainian-Russian crisis. At least 13 million has been sent to digital wallets owned by the Ukraine government following appeals on Twitter last Saturday, while nations like El Salvador have embraced cryptocurrencies. Now check that. That's the point. El Salvador embraced cryptocurrency as legal tender. And several countries, especially the IMF, as far as a government office or agency that is, I can't say government. I think it's more, the IMF is more a global office or a global agency that supposedly helps to fund countries to be able to, fund their have funds and financial structure for the infrastructures in their countries, right? So they give them loans per se. That's basically right. And basically, as you see that, while the nations like in El Salvador, they were being attacked pretty much. They were being pushed back at and ridiculed for them making this move to make Bitcoin legal tender, right? But the Ukrainian crisis is okay, and it has more precedence over another country wanting to make their money or make a money, a new currency, their currency, that it would be legal tender, that they will transact on that currency. They don't want to use American dollar. No, what's wrong with that? They don't want to use other people's fiat money. They want to use what they want to use. So what's wrong with that? This is a sovereign nation, right? Is it? So Ukraine wants to be sovereign from Russia, but it's okay for them to be, and this is where I'm talking about the biasness. This is what I'm talking about, the hypocrisy. You understand? But El Salvador is a what? Brown people nation. That sounds like racism to me. Okay, racial biasness. Yeah, let's get it correct. Let's get it right. Have embraced cryptocurrencies. This is the first time direct nations of this kind have funded a world government. Following an initial tweet from the Ukrainian government's official office, Vice President Mikhailo Fedorov published digital wallet addresses for coins like Bitcoin and Ether. He wrote, "Stand with the people of Ukraine." Now accepting cryptocurrency donations, according to blockchain analyst firm Elipitic, by Monday morning, donations had reached 12.8 million for at least 17,300 addresses. Look at that. The Reserve Fund of Ukraine appears to be the biggest recipient, which is backed by the country's native cryptocurrency exchange called Kuna. The Reserve Fund's official Telegram channel also confirmed 13 million have been raised through Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT. Meanwhile, non-government organization Come Back Alive was announced donations over 7.2 million in Bitcoin donations to its wallet address. The charity began accepting donations following the war in Donbass, I don't know how they pronounce it, in 2014, and this figure is believed to include funds since that time. Now let's check out the tweet. Let's open that up. Hold on for a second. If I can, yeah. Can we go there? I don't think it's gonna let me go. All right, don't worry about it. The right there, if you see, you can go ahead and if you can see for yourself and find out. I'll see if I can post that Twitter link in the description, and then you can go ahead and then look at it yourself. But it's a tweet from what's his name again? Let me go back. What is his name? The Vice President, Mikhailo Fedorov, okay, or Mikhailo or whatever like that, something like that. Okay, so pretty much. Oh yeah, now listen to this. Russian feminist protest group, and forgive me for the word, but that's the name. Pussy Riot are also involved in crypto resistance. Look at that. With member Nadia Taalib, wow, these names are something else. Kanikova, putting up for auction an NFT Ukrainian flag. Currently, the highest bid highest bid is at 2.89 million. You see that? There, and this is back to crypto as far as what the point of the crypto is being used in this manner. But when it comes to, and even Africa, when Nigeria banned crypto, all these different countries in Africa that have been struggling for years, and when they adopt it's a problem. Or like I said, El Salvador, it was a problem. But these people are adopting crypto you know, it's an epic. This is epic. This is like history. And then boom, NFT 2.89 million. I mean, all this money that's coming into to the space just from this alone. And there's more people are doing stuff. People are doing artwork to commemorate or to give some sort of support. And they're making funds for the Ukrainian situation. Like they're the only people in the world. And the same thing that when happened in France, when France got bombed, it was a so-called terrorist attack. Right? But all the terrorist attacks in Africa, it's nothing about that. Or when the children, the innocent children, are getting snatched up and killed by the Israeli defense league, or these people that are supposed to be military, paramilitary people coming out there and policing the areas because they claim that these people are committing terrorist attacks. And these were kids. You see them on the TV. You see them in the footage. They're throwing rocks at tanks. Women, young females approaching and having them. They're the main ones left because they're taking all the boys. They're taking all the children. And they got to go against these people and speak and yell at these troopers and tell them why they're taking out our kids. Why are you taking our brothers? Why are you taking my nephew? Why are you taking my uncle? Because they perceive them to be terrorists, because they're throwing rocks, because they're angry at the country of Israel and the Israeli government occupying their lands and allowing illegal settlements to come into their lands. This is okay. It's okay for the people to allow that to happen. There's no sanctions on them. There's no economical sanctions on them. But anyway, I don't want to continue on with that. Whatever's going on with that, with the Ukrainian thing, that's what it is. And don't get me wrong again. I don't have anything wrong with them getting support. But let's be fair. Let's be fair. And let's stop being hypocrites. Stop talking all the junk, running the mouths, raising hand, clapping, and making standing ovations for the president, because why isn't he saying and speaking up for the criminal acts throughout the rest of the world of these people that I've mentioned already? Hypocrisy. That's just what it is to me. And you can differ to what I say. That's up to you. Okay, I got this one coming up. Hold on for a second. I'm going to close this one out. This other one. Okay, so this one is about Russia. Now, you guys, you're the number one global enemy. It's crazy. It's like you could make a type of people a global enemy that quick just through media alone. Yep, no problem with the media, and that's the power of media right now. Especially when it manipulates the rest of the world that don't want to have their open minds and think for themselves. They just go along and blind follow. But anyway, and you might want to say, oh yeah, that brother Taalib, he's real political. Who's not? Who of the cryptocurrency enthusiasts here are not? But also don't get me wrong. I don't agree with Russia doing what they're doing. No, I don't agree with any country being imperialistic and trying to control the people and their land. And these people want freedom. They don't 70 something percent want freedom and sovereignty to continue in their country and not have to be up under the fold of Russia. Whether it's autonomy or any of that. They want clear, boundaries of that they are their own country. And that's understood. And I'm all for Ukraine in that aspect. And I'm fine with them getting the donations and the funds being done. But the hypocrisy from the people who talking like they're all for the world or they're for them, but then all these other people they're not for, is the point I'm making. So don't get me wrong. Just clearly hear what I'm saying and have been saying. Okay? So here we've got about Russia. Can Russia use cryptocurrencies to evade Western sanctions? Likely to some extent, but it's very hard to do at scale, says one analyst. And who is that? And there goes the Bitcoin with the dollar, and how they copy and pasted that, showing okay, Bitcoin is here, dollar stay back, and that's just a representation, I guess, what they're trying to show. So as the U.S. and its allies aim to cripple Russia, that's what they're doing or trying to do through sanctions for invading Ukraine, there has been some speculation around whether Moscow can gain leeway through cryptocurrencies, which are typically based on decentralized networks and don't rely on any central authorities to maintain. The sanctions target Russia's central bank, some state-owned companies and elite families, and include measures that remove some Russian banks from SWIFT. And this was a big thing. Everybody, all the cryptocurrency enthusiasts have been speaking about this, and we all like kind of like ecstatic for it in a sense, because it's showing to us that SWIFT is losing its ground. SWIFT is losing its ground, even though they think that by using and removing a country off of it is making things better for SWIFT or is keeping it at its position. No, it's making it clear now. Now you're weaning the people off, and the first people you forcefully weaning off because you want to make sure that they are under your financial control. That's why you use financial maneuvers as sanctions, right? Financial sanctions, economical sanctions. So with banking systems, right? So you can, squeeze them to give in and stop what they're doing, which I understand. That's a tactic that at times have to be used instead of going straight on head first into war with the people, because sometimes countries like Russia, they a lot of their ways have been known for warmongering, But anyway, a payments related messaging service, that's what SWIFT is, in Belgium that helps banks worldwide execute financial transactions. Such restrictions aim to limit Russia's access to financial markets, as SWIFT plays a dominant role in financing international trade, covering more than 11,000 institutions in over 200 countries around the world, and will be more difficult for Russian individuals to import, export, or invest abroad. So basically, what they're trying to say, let me see, hold on. What is this saying? Yeah, Ari Redbard, head of legal and government affairs at blockchain intelligence firm TRM Labs, echoed the point, saying that there is no question in my mind that Russia will attempt to use cryptocurrency to launder funds and evade sanctions. Now it's laundering. Okay, this is kind of something else. And you guys can question this if you want to. Some of you might be biased on one end because you hate Russia. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't hate anyone to the extent of like just hating a human being like this. I've never did that. I hate actions of people. That's what I do. And it's Muslims and Islam, that's what we're supposed to do. That's our understanding of how we deal when it comes to any hate. We hate for Allah and we love for Allah. So people who are going against Allah's will, God's will, and God's ways, this is what we do hate. And the Russians have been doing that. They did it to my Muslim brothers and sisters in over there in Kosovo. Did it over there in Grozny. Did it in Afghanistan. So I know about the Russians. Oh, trust me now. They're bullies just like everybody else. And that's my point. Okay? America are bullies not just to other people in the world, but they do it covertly, and they put up it's like a pig, like the wolf was running around trying to act like he was a pig, was going after the pigs, right? Or a wolf in sheep clothing. That's all America is pretty much. It's when I say that, I'm saying the government and people who follow blind follow the government, blind follow. So yeah, and I'm not anti-government. I'm anti-corruption within the government. I'm anti-bias and anti-racist within the government or any infrastructural office of whether it's judicial system, especially as well, what they do, what the policing has been done in this country, and the evil, okay, as not to say all police, but what they do in biased bullying kind of tactics and how they go up against citizens. And I'm not just saying black, because even white, Asian, everybody has their run-ins with the law, and sometimes they get abused really bad. And sometimes they don't need to. They just did a traffic infraction, and they got manhandled and thrown on a car and all this type of stuff. So down to that level, even up to the top, they have bullying. People, in the SEC, what is that's bullying. They're bullies. That's what they're doing. Gary the Goon Gensler, he's a bully. These other people that are against cryptocurrency, they're bullies. They don't want regular people who have that cryptocurrency, especially decentralized, digital currency, has allowed people to be able to raise up. But anyway, let me continue. However, it is very, very hard to do what I was saying. They call them laundering funds because now it's against the global law. It's against the laws of as applied when sanctions are applied, right? So you can't try to get your money through. You can't try to live and survive. You got to take that as a a whipping. Get your whipping. Get your, and they haven't even be put on a judge and jury. They haven't even had a court case. And the world, just because they see what they see, they just feel, okay, well, we can put sanctions on them and their people that didn't even do anything in their country. But the same thing is what I'm saying is hypocrisy. But back to the point. However, it's very, very hard to do at scale. He's saying that this red board is saying that it's very, very hard for them to do this at scale. Who once worked as a senior advisor to the Undersecretary for U.S. Terrorism and Financial Intelligence. Check that out. The liquidity is just not there. Red Board said the war is likely to require billions of dollars, and it's very hard to off-ramp billions of dollars of crypto. They will find ways to do it. It just can't be in the huge amounts that would come anywhere near replacing or getting close to replacing what they're essentially losing with the sanctions that have been imposed, Reboard said. And of course, look at what happened to the ruble. It lost 30% as far as its value. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna finish up. It's 33 minutes in, and I hope that pretty much I'm about these days that, and speaking up truth, speaking up and not holding back off the truth and things that are going on. And some of you might have a problem with it. Okay, that's understood, like I said. Excuse me, gotta wet my whistle. So, it's just what it is. We gotta accept it. We gotta accept realities that on both sides and both ends that the whole situation is not good. But at the same time, with the cryptocurrency, we see the opening that's happening even more. And entering an adoption that like what's going on with Ukraine and even Russia maybe making moves to try to go forth closer to cryptocurrency. This is a sign to us that it's going to be what it's going to be. The future is going to be cryptocurrency, but unfortunately, under these circumstances, actually, to say. So, but I hope you listen in and have gotten the gist of it, and also to also put yourself in a position where it's not about just taking sides. It's about just making sure you're in the right place. Knowing that, are you in the right place, or are you blind following, or that you're trying to uphold your position and maneuver yourself so that you can help yourself and your family when these things come in, and not just be biased and then sending money out to people and you're raising money for just a certain amount of people. That's not, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that if you're leaving other people out. Now, if you're going to go and do a world fund, for any, and it can go to all different other areas. Now you're putting things on an even scale. But what's going on is stinky and hypocritical to me. So that's just my opinion, and the facts is there, and they're out. Okay, but it's looking good as far as the crypto is concerned. We have a prospective future, and opportunities is vast. So keep on in there, keep on hodling. Those of you who invested, don't forget to subscribe. Those of you who haven't subscribed, if you feel that you want to subscribe, because after you hear what I hear, because the trends are clear. Most people are just following the trends and following, hope for hurrah for Ukraine and Russia, down Russia, and even the innocent people and the children, down them, and then also because they're the evil villains. And then everybody else in the world that are doing their evil is just going right by. See them, check them out. They're all into that. Let me go and rob these people now. Why nobody sees like burning and looting when it goes on. All the chaos. But anyway, all right. Over and out. Also, click the like button. Hopefully you will. And share the video. Get it out. And until next time, I'll speak to y'all soon, inshallah. Peace and blessings, and keep up the lessons. Over and out. Assalamu alaikum.
Are you ready? Let's get it.